I was raised to interact with the environment. As I spend more time in nature, I find such connection to it. Spending time out in nature soothes me, it calms me, it grounds me. Every single living thing on this planet needs water to survive.
In the summer of 2015, Laura Shetter, an environmental studies teacher from Toledo, Ohio, was selected as a Grosvenor Teacher Fellow by National Geographic and Lindblad Expeditions to travel to the Arctic.
Part of my responsibility would be to create projects for my classroom. I started to think, in talking with my students, about some of the disconnects that they had with water. We would talk about how 97% of the world's water is salt water. Only 3% of it is fresh water, and of that 3%, only 1% of it is even accessible. And some of that inaccessible fresh water is trapped in glaciers. So the kids would say, "Ms. Shetter, you're going to the northern polar region, just bring back a glacier for us to have some more fresh water."
She returned with a water bottle she found washed up on the beach of an uninhabited island, and an idea that would change the way people around the world talk about water conservation.
As I continued throughout the 11 days of this expedition, I was very reflective on water. It was easy to do being on a ship because we were always, of course, surrounded by water, and it was light 24/7. It would be 2 in the morning and I would be on the bow of the National Geographic Explorer and just gaze out over the Arctic Ocean and think how I could connect my students nearby Lake Erie to the Arctic Ocean.
It was from this simple idea that the H2yOu project was born.
H2yOu is an interactive website. It has an interactive map where anybody in the world could pick a marker and share information on how they use water, how they interact with it, through song, through poem, through a personal narrative, through a piece of art. Storytelling is a way to creatively first engage with the subject of water, and then by sharing your voice, you are bonding with the issues of water and share what is important to you in your backyard or another corner of the world.
Robert Swan, a polar explorer and world-renowned environmentalist, takes educators on Antarctic expeditions to see where 70% of the Earth's fresh water supply is stored.
When you walk to the South Pole, you're walking across 16,000 feet of solid ice. And every night you go to sleep and you think, wow, there's all that ice beneath my head. And you think that that really is truly the whole storage of water on Earth, and you're lying on it and you're walking across it every day. And I think it really makes you think how we must be careful.
But of course, you don't need to travel all the way to Antarctica to learn about our freshwater supply.
So there's lots of missions that you can go on literally just round the corner from your school to see where water comes from. How is it kept clean? How do we keep that system going?
So what do these students do with this information and knowledge once they've attained it?
This is my water, it is for cooking.
what's really important in a crazy world of over communications and everybody sort of like this and sort of blogs and Facebook, YouTube, all this sort of stuff coming in, I think it's really important that we never forget storytelling. And everybody loves to hear a story.
It's really neat to think that we have people globally looking at what we're doing. We all had our environmental focus, but it was over here and over here and over here. And I think that this program and this piece has really put all of it together.
Everybody on Earth is connected to each other through water, and everybody on Earth impacts water. Everybody on Earth is affected by water. As I've traveled to several countries and started to see some of the things in the environment break away, I can't help but care.
While H2yOu gained traction in Ohio and grew its presence online, Laura was about to be given another opportunity of a lifetime.
Laura needs to get on our ship to the Antarctic in March 2016.
Upon hearing about the project, Robert Swan invited Laura to join him and 140 other like-minded individuals from around the globe on an expedition to Antarctica. The H2yOu project was heading to the South Pole to introduce itself to the world.
Goodbye! Bye!